kind of got really busy with the end of semester. So I thought I'd do a quick video kind of thing, like a frequently asked questions, things that you might want to know about moving to Japan and how to get settled and everything. I've had a couple questions come in. The first one is, how much is my rent for my apartment? Because my last video was my apartment tour. So currently, right now, my apartment is about $556 approximately for US dollars. In yen, it's like 55,000 yen, give or take. That does not include utilities, so things like electricity, water, and gas are not included in the rent cost. The rent cost is just based off of just the rent and a parking spot. But if you don't have a driving position, then you could have your rent reduced due to you not using that parking spot. So the second question I got was, do you drive? Yes, I do drive. Here in Japan, it is different. If you're from America or Canada, it is on the opposite side, so I will be driving on the right-hand side. So yes, but driving is not hard, so don't worry about being like scared to drive here. It's actually pretty easy. You just need about a week to get accustomed to learning how to drive on the other side, and then also knowing your turning signals and what side it's on, because on the turning signals I think it's on your left side. Here it's on your right side. So yeah, the first couple of days when I first started driving, I was like hitting the wipers off and on to change lanes, and I was like freaking out, but you kind of get used to knowing that it's on the right side instead. Also, I got another question asking what city I live in. So the prefecture I live in is actually in Miyazaki, which is the Kyushu area, and I live on the further side. And I live in a city called Hyuga, which everybody keeps saying, oh, it's an anime character, it's from Naruto, and I'm like, sure, I don't know. If you're a first come ALT and you're going to be really nervous about teaching classes and everything, they prepare you pretty well during the initial training, so please take notes for that. They do give a lot of information. Some of it is pretty useful. Most of it is kind of common sense. And then that the teaching skills that they teach you are actually very, very helpful, and the way that they present it is actually really logical in a sense. So yeah, so when you go to your first class and you're going to start to teach your self-introduction lesson, just know that the kids already have a bunch of questions that they already like to ask you. For me, I teach at 2 different elementary schools, so I have grades 1st grade to 6th grade, and just know that they're always going to ask you, do you have a boyfriend, or are you married, do you have any pets, what's your favorite food, what's your favorite color, how old are you? So they do tell you at training those kinds of the frequent questions that you do get asked during your self-introduction. That leads on to, do you need to know Japanese before coming to Japan? So the job requires you not to know Japanese at all, which is really helpful in the classroom so that you don't actually start using Japanese in the class. But for building relationships with the other teachers and also getting by through everyday life, it's probably better that you do at least know how to read, like the hiragana, maybe a little bit of kanji. Kanji is always really hard. And for sure the katakana, because most of the menus are in either katakana or they are in kanji and hiragana mixture. Japanese at all. It's actually better you don't. But to talk to teachers, it's really nice to build that kind of relationship with them, and so that you can have a conversation with them. Or if they're really interested in English, you can try to help them learn English while speaking to them in Japanese. So I just started my second semester here, and so my experience so far is teaching. I do have an English leader that is with me. So she usually teaches third grade to sixth grade. For me, I teach by myself as T1 for first grade and second grade. But as of this semester, at one of my schools, I am now the third grade and fourth grade T1, also with first grade and second grade on top of that. So teaching classes has been pretty easy. Once you get a flow for it and just know who you are as your teaching style, Interact will most likely tell you that you should probably be over exaggerated and do lots of weird gestures and things like that. Just know that you don't have to do any of that if it makes you feel really uncomfortable. For me, I am more of a big sister to all of my students, so I'm pretty approachable and that they can come and talk to me, but I don't act like a clown. But I will get them to do gestures with me, because gestures is the way to learn. But as long as I'm having fun in class, it seems like the kids respond to that too as well. So make sure that you go in and you set the tone for that class, and you're like, I'm pretty excited for this class, and then the kids will respond to your reaction. But other than that, teaching classes have been pretty easy. The material that they learn is actually fairly simple, besides fifth grade and sixth grade, where the teaching is a little bit more complex. But as of next year, it is changing anyways. So all of the homeroom teachers will have to eventually start teaching classes, and they will be taking over the T1 role, while ALTs will be taking on that T2 role, which means that we will just be there to help with native pronunciation and just helping with words that are difficult, pretty much. So another thing that I want to talk about is things that you might have to buy here for your apartment versus things that I ended up bringing from home. So I'll list the things that I brought from home, and I will try to put a list somewhere. Maybe I'll put a list down below in the description box to let you know the things that I did end up bringing from home and I packed in my suitcase. The first day that you move into your apartment, it is kind of rough for the first couple of days until you can go and purchase the rest of the items at the store. But also you have to know that you might not get your car if you are in a driving position. You might not have a car to go purchase the stuff. So your local IC might help you, or somebody from the company will help you and take you to the store so you can purchase all your stuff and bring it back. Okay, so the things that I brought from home. I ended up bringing a lot more household things so that I wouldn't have to buy so much here. So things that I recommend that you bring from home, because you are staying here for a year. Stick deodorant is not a thing here, let alone deodorant in general is not a thing here in Japan, and I don't know, I'm pretty amazed because it gets hot here and Japanese people apparently just don't smell or just don't sweat as much as the average North American, I guess. So bring enough supply of stick deodorant with you for a year, unless you do plan on using Amazon to purchase them from online and have them shipped to your apartment. Either is fine. I just ended up bringing pretty much a year's worth of deodorant. Second thing I brought with me was I brought a full-size bath towel and a small hand towel and a face towel. I brought one set of that with me in my suitcase so that I would have a set here so that I can use in my apartment till I got more. I also brought and vacuum sealed a blanket for my bed, and I also brought a pillow because I'm one of those weird people that has a specific type of pillow that I like. So I just brought mine from home because I knew it was it was something that I really liked and I knew I could sleep with. And yeah, so I brought a pillow. And another thing that I brought with me for household stuff is I ended up bringing a small bag of Tide to Go pods that would last me for about the first 2 months at least that I moved in, so I wouldn't have to buy like laundry detergent until I got here and I like ran out. So yeah, my laundry detergent, the Tide pods, lasted me about 2 or 3 months in. That's if you are doing your laundry about once a week. So yes, I brought that. So that cut down on costs for me to have to buy household stuff. What else did I end up bringing? Besides your business clothes, regular clothes, underclothes, such as socks, panties, and etc. I think that was it. Besides your regular toothpaste, and usual traveling goods, such as like makeup or yeah, toothpaste, toothbrush. That's about it. So the things that I ended up having to buy here obviously was dish soap, hand soap, cleaning supplies, and everything I showed you pretty much in my kitchen in my apartment tour. Oh, and my futon and my duvet. I bought that as a set that came with a pillow. And then of course, as the years goes on, you kind of just buy a little bit more stuff, such as like more towels, pillowcases, etc. You end up accumulating a lot over the years. So if there's anything that I missed, as for questions, let me know, and I might make another Q&A question video. I guess that's all, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!